All right, welcome to today's explainer. We are jumping right into the invisible world operating inside of you right this very second. Today, we're unlocking the foundational architecture of life itself, the blueprint of you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Normally, when you hear the word blueprint, what comes to mind? Probably a massive, rolled up sheet of paper on a construction site, right? You know, a document that tells the builders exactly where every wall, window, and wire needs to go. But what if you had a literal blueprint inside your own body? Actually, scratch that. Not just one, but millions and millions of them. Every single cell in your body contains this exact set of master instructions.
So, what exactly is this biological blueprint? Well, it's DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid. I know, that's a bit of a mouthful. But at its core, you can just think of it simply as the ultimate instruction manual for building you. This single, absolutely magnificent molecule carries the exact genetic instructions that make you, well, you. It's literally the defining code of your existence. And this brilliantly illustrates that this blueprint isn't just some static, dusty document sitting in an archive somewhere. No, it's an active, dynamic controller. This molecule controls your body growth, manages your fundamental human development, and directs your vital body functions. Every major biological operation and every physical trait is completely orchestrated by this one specific molecule. To truly appreciate the sheer genius of this, we need to take a quick step back to 1953. It was in this pivotal year that two scientists, James Watson and Francis Crick, formally described this incredible architecture of life. They gave us the structural understanding of this molecule, which fundamentally changed biology forever by revealing exactly what this tiny blueprint looked like in physical space. And what exactly did they describe? They detailed the iconic structure we now know as the double helix. Okay, I want you to picture a ladder in your mind right now. Got it? Now imagine taking the top of that ladder in one hand and the bottom of the ladder in the other, and twisting them in totally opposite directions. That twisting, spiraling shape is exactly what the double helix is. It's this incredibly elegant, three-dimensional, twisted ladder spinning through the microscopic space of your cells. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we can break this twisted ladder down into two distinct parts: the structural scaffolding on the outside and the steps on the inside. The outer rails act as a backbone, made entirely of sugar and phosphate molecules. Meanwhile, the internal steps connecting those sides, the rungs you would actually stand on, those are made of four nitrogen bases. So sugar and phosphate on the outside, nitrogen bases on the inside. If we look past those outer rails and really zoom in on those internal steps, we come face to face with what is essentially your genetic alphabet. Because, quite frankly, this is where the magic happens. This is the exact chemical language that the entire instruction manual of you is written in. So the steps of our ladder are made of just four specific nitrogen bases: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine, A, T, G, and C. It is honestly staggering to realize that every single piece of information in your biological blueprint is spelled out using a combination of just these four simple letters. But, biology has very strict, highly organized rules. These letters don't just float around and connect randomly to whatever they want. So the crucial point is this: adenine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine, A with T, G with C. No exceptions, they lock together perfectly every single time, creating a beautifully uniform, stable step right across the center of our twisted ladder. It is exactly these base pairs, the A's connecting to T's and the G's connecting to C's, that act as the ultimate storage system for genetic information. Think about how a computer uses ones and zeros. By arranging millions of these simple paired chemical connections in a highly specific sequence, the molecule effectively stores all the massive amounts of data required to grow, develop, and operate a complex human being. It's a real game changer. Let's move on and see how this builds into something truly mind-boggling. Up to now, we've been looking at the incredibly tiny, microscopic details, right? Sugar molecules, phosphates, nitrogen bases. But to really grasp the physical wonder of DNA, we need to shift our perspective from the microscopic to the macroscopic. We need to look at the sheer physical scale of what is actually packed inside you. I want you to imagine something very specific with me for a second. Imagine isolating just one single microscopic human cell in your body. Now imagine taking that tiny, twisted ladder right out of that single cell. Grab both ends of it and stretch it perfectly straight. Untwist the helix, pull it entirely tight. that single stretched out strand of DNA would be about 2 meters long. Think about that staggering fact. 2 meters from one single microscopic cell that you literally cannot even see with the naked eye. That is the physical length of the blueprint required to build you, magically packed into an impossibly small space. Absolutely wild. This wonderful biological structure truly proves the motto of our source material today, Genora Bio, who beautifully state biology made simple. Because when you really break it down, these seemingly impossibly complex concepts, a 2-meter-long molecule made of sugar, phosphate, and 4 simple letters, are actually remarkably elegant and completely understandable. But as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final mystery, one that showcases the pure mechanical genius of nature. We know the blueprint is 2 meters long when stretched out, right? And we know it lives inside a cell way too small to see. So, how does a 2-meter physical blueprint perfectly fold, coil, and pack itself to fit inside a single microscopic cell without getting hopelessly tangled? The mechanics of nature are truly stunning, leaving us with endless mysteries to explore. Keep questioning, keep learning, and thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.